ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ। ਜਸ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ। ਮੈਂ ਸਤਵਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਰੰਧਾਵਾ ਨਾਰਥ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਨਿਊਜ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ। ਨਿਊਯਾਰਕ ਸਟੇਟ ਕੰਪਟਰੋਲਰ ਦੀ ਚੋਣ ਮੁਹਿੰਮ ਦੇ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਅਹਿਮ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਜੈਕਸਨ ਹਾਈਟਸ ਦੇ ਮਸ਼ਹੂਰ ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟ ਕਬਾਬ ਕਿੰਗ ਵਿਖੇ ਆਯੋਜਿਤ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ। ਰਾਜ ਗੋਇਲ ਜੋ NYS ਕੰਪਟਰੋਲਰ ਦੇ ਅਹੁਦੇ ਲਈ ਡੈਮੋਕ੍ਰੈਟਿਕ ਪ੍ਰਾਇਮਰੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰਗਤੀਸ਼ੀਲ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਵਜੋਂ ਚੋਣ ਲੜ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਮੁੱਖ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਵਜੋਂ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਹੋਏ। ਚਾय एंड चैट प्रोग्राम का संचालन अली नजमी ने किया, जो कि न्यूयॉर्क के एक प्रमुख चोण वकील ते मेयर की न्याय कमेटी के चेयरमैन ने।
I know we got people statewide. I know there's a big Bangladeshi community in Buffalo. I know there's a big Pakistani community in Albany. I know there's Sadarkis all over the state. I want every Gurdwara in the state to know about Raj Goyle. We have a long reach, alhamdulillah. We have a long reach in this state. We're going to put it all together. Call everybody you know in New York State. Yes. There's 3 people on the ballot. The only name you need to know is Raj. Ladies and gentlemen, the next comptroller of the state of New York, Raj Goyle.
He went up to Albany when there was a scurrilous, he said that the people are coming after me. They tried to challenge our petitions for no reason. It was just a big waste of time. Ali didn't flinch. He went up to Albany with a 5-day-old and he got the job done, because that's Ali Nazmi. Best election lawyer in the state and one of the best humble public servants in the state.
You mentioned that your opponent has taken what? $500,000 from lawyers, lobbyists, special interests. You haven't. You haven't. So what does that free you to do when you're in that office?
Well, as Ali mentioned, that this is a breaking news story that Tom DiNapoli has almost $500,000 in law firm contributions in a clear pay-to-play scheme. That's not even close. And even the Times Union Albany newspaper editorialized saying, "We've liked you before, Mr. Incumbent, but this is a loophole and we need to close it." There's also an issue when we talk about utility rates. The Con Ed PAC and the National Grid PAC, tens of thousands of dollars to this incumbent. No wonder he doesn't audit them. I mean, it's common sense. This is Albany logic. We all understand it as common sense, but in Albany, it's like, it's like a blender. What's up is down, what's down is up. And especially if you've been there for 40 years. So that's the sort of thing that we need to flip on its head, and that conflict of interest is so vital that we remove those. Our only clarion call should be transparency and giving people what they deserve.
One thing we want to say before we wrap this up is this is the coalition, everybody in this room that elected Zohar Mamdani helped to make that happen. The only way we can make sure Chuck is in DC and Raj is in Albany if you do the same thing this year. So please, don't just leave here for after eating the samosas. Let's get to work and make sure, once again, in June 23rd, we make history. So sign up for the volunteer with our friend Liam, also our brother right here for Chuck, and let's make sure we make history once again in June. Thank you so much.
I'm Raj Goyle. I'm running to be the Democratic nominee for state comptroller on June 23rd. We need everybody to go out and vote. We need people to volunteer, to phone bank, go to rajgoyle.com. It'll be the first South Asian elected statewide. We can lower utility bills. We can build affordable housing. We can grow the pension fund, and we can get ICE out of New York.
Such a call. My name is Chuck Park. I'm running for Congress right here in Queens, New York City. This is where so many of our communities have their origin story. We have Koreans, we have Bengalis, Indians, but of course, we have the Sikh community. We have the Gurdwara on Parsons Boulevard. I grew up going to church right down the block. We are stronger. We are stronger because of this, because of our diversity. That's what I'm going to fight for in Congress, and I want to represent every single one of us.
I'm very honored here as Raj Goyle, the next Democratic nominee for state comptroller, cross-endorsed my good friend Chuck Park here, who's going to be the next congressman from Queens. So this is a coalition against corruption, against business as usual, against the establishment, to build a better New York for all of us. Waheguru Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh!